you got the problems of, say, Greenwood. Does he start? Should he be starting? For me, he should be. I mean, I see Daniel James making some starting lineups, and for me, he should be nowhere near there. Episode 19, Precap show, the show where we preview, recap all things football. I talk to you, I talk to myself about football, and we go from there. So this week we've had a few Champions League games. English teams have done well. Everyone won their games. Europa League, I'm filming this on Thursday, so the games are being played tonight. Spurs at the moment are losing 1-0. Got it on in the background, and if they win or get anything from this game, they'll be very lucky because they conceded some chances to Antwerp and been chasing the game for most of it. And Arsenal will play later today, so it'll be interesting to see how they do in the Europa League. And so what I'll kind of do is we'll look ahead to some of the games for the weekend, and I'll give my predictions. Feel free to comment your predictions in the comment section, and we'll go from there. So we're going to start with Aston Villa. So they play Southampton on Sunday. Got the first game, midday kickoff at Villa Park. And so Villa will be sort of reacting to their first loss of the season, losing 3-0 to Leeds on Friday. I did a match review on that. That's out if you want to check that. And Southampton are coming in off the back of their 2-0 win against Everton, getting a good victory there. Shea Adams on the score sheet. And yes, they've sort of recovered well after a bit of an iffy start to the season. But beating Everton, who have been flying. So one team coming off a loss, one are coming off a win. I think there's going to be goals in this game. I think, Danny Ings, I was looking at his goal record. It's incredible for Southampton, actually. Okay, maybe not incredible, but it's good. And with him, he scores in like every other game. So he scored 37 goals in 73, 74 games. So you can't knock him there. And Ings didn't score last weekend, so maybe he's due a goal against Villa. He's in my fantasy team, so if he scores a couple at Villa win, I'm not too bothered. But I think this one, I want to say Villa win, but I do think 2-2. I think there will be goals in it for both teams, and I think the draw is destined for that result. Sort of on the Villa front, not much has changed this week. So before this video drops, I haven't seen Dean Smith's press conference. But as far as I know, no new injury worries. I know Wesley, I think he's been back training on the grass. So that's promising signs. Because as you can see, we're a bit limited for going forwards, aren't we? And Davies came back onto the bench for the Leeds game. But we sort of lack options up top whilst Wesley is out. And I hope the players should be keen to bounce back from last week's results. But either way, still a good start to the season. I've sort of reflected back off the Leeds game in that I still think, it's one of them games where, Leeds worked hard, they played well, but the game plan did give us chances and we did have opportunities to score, to go ahead. Once we then went 1-2 down, especially so quickly, it's difficult. Then the game plan kind of goes out the window. But nothing to be sort of alarmed at in terms of changes. It's like I want to say changes should be made. I know I said it in my previous video, but if the team's been working so well, where do you see changes? And the only two potential spots for me is Traore coming in for Trezeguet. And then, it might be a shock one, but maybe bringing in Nakamba or Horahan for Douglas Luiz. Yes, I think Douglas Luiz has been on amazing run, a great form, especially since post lockdown. But I don't know. I just feel like freshening it up there wouldn't do us any harm. Like Nakamba, I think when he comes in, he always does okay. Or even Horahan, I think he could come in and play that deeper role. But yeah, those would be the only sort of two suggested changes from the team that we've had for the last few games. If we see any changes, you could still respect it. But if we saw one or two, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be fighting against it. But yeah, in terms of Southampton, I haven't seen them play too much this season. But yeah, we know what happened last year with the change of form in the second half of the season. Their form improved dramatically, and if you look at where they came from, getting thrashed against Leicester and then their recovery, it's they're done bits there, to be fair. But yeah, moving on to the next game, Man U Arsenal. This is another game on Sunday. Arsenal going up to Old Trafford. Arsenal off the back off losing narrowly. Like, it was a close game, but they lost 1-0 out to Leicester. Vardy getting the goal, and Man U coming in off their 0-0 draw with Chelsea. So it seems like Man United have played a lot of the big teams. In fact, and Arsenal, it seems like Man U are playing a big team every week. But yeah, another good result in the Champions League. Marcus Rashford with his first Man United hat-trick, and for this one, I think I fancy Man United. I think they're on a good run of form, and I saw on Twitter, it's like their attacking options is mad, because it's like the players they were able to take off. So if you look at the likes of, they can take off Martial, you can take off Fernandes. Then let's say if Daniel James is starting, these are three players you can take off, and then you could be putting on the likes of Mason Greenwood, Rashford, Cavani. And it's just the options and the strength in depth, especially in the forward areas that they have now, is really good. And yeah, I think Arsenal, they do have that strength in depth, but I still feel as though Arteta is still finding his best team. It'll probably be the same for Ollie also, because I know Ollie, you got the problems of, say, Greenwood. Does he start? Should he be starting? For me, he should be. I mean, I see Daniel James making some starting lineups, and for me, he should be nowhere near there. And then you got the centre mid options. Cam Pogba, Fernandes, Van der Beek all play together. Then you've got your Fred, Matic, you got McTominay. They're building good depth there in the forward areas. Obviously, it's just, let's say, the defending areas where they lack. And talking of defending, both teams are going to want to defend very good in this game, because Arsenal have already lost 3 games out of 6, and Man United have lost 2 games out of 5. So yeah, neither team can really afford to lose. Yeah, no, another good one to look forward to. I'll be sure to watch this, and yeah, I think, I'm fancying Man U. I think 2-1 win. That's what I'm saying, a 2-1 victory for United on this one. On Saturday, Liverpool playing West Ham at home, 5:30, and Liverpool will be looking to go to the top of the league with this victory, ahead of the likes of Everton and Aston Villa. And Liverpool coming off their 2-1 win against Sheffield United last week. West Ham, how did West Ham get on? Man City, wasn't it? They got a 1-1 draw. And yeah, it's been a common theme actually for probably the last year or two. West Ham do seem to perform well against the let's say the top 6 teams. And this game, and I think again West Ham will surprise some in this game. I'm actually going for a West Ham victory, 2-1. I'm saying. I think, yeah, Liverpool got a few injuries to key players. So what, Van Dijk's out for God knows how long. Fabinho's done his hamstring. Thiago's got a knee injury. Who else? Matip, Oxlade-Chamberlain's still out, and yeah, they're all key players in their squad, and it's good that yeah, their top three or their front three, shall I say, they're still intact and playing week in week out, but they're not firing to the level they have done in previous seasons. Still early days, and of course, yeah, their man could just turn it on at any moment. But I think, yeah, this is a game where there's always this season anyway. There's always seems to be one or two teams dropping points, slipping up, and I think it will be Liverpool this weekend. Next game I'll look at is Burnley-Chelsea. Burnley at home to Chelsea, and yeah, I watched Burnley play Spurs on Monday, and yeah, Spurs largely struggled for a lot of the game. Burnley were hurting Spurs on the counter attack, and yeah, defended well for most of the game, and I think it will be a similar kind of game. I expect Burnley again to defend well, defend deep when required to, but I think yeah, Chelsea should just have enough, and yeah, part of me wants to say a big victory for Chelsea, but yeah, I was going to say 3-4-0, but I don't think it will be that way, and I'm going to just say 1-0 victory to Chelsea. These are my predictions. Let me know what you think. Feel free to comment what your predictions are. Love every time. If you're still watching now, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, and somewhere around here will be a video to one of my other videos. So yeah, if you like this one, you want to hear more, go check that out. But yeah, I'm out. Dan's DV. Bless.